Welcome back to another crawl space encounters here. Check this out, man. This one's actually pretty interesting. This this house is for sale. The buyer is some kind of investor. He kind of pulled me to the side, was hinting around in so many words, saying, make sure I do a really good inspection, basically trying to let me know what's going on and to see if I can purposely find some problems down here. This has happened to me before, where they want to try to find some problems so they can start dropping the price on these people. Nice old folks own this house. It's time for them to get into a retirement home. You guys let me know, but so far this looks like a really nice crawl space. Nice pretty vapor barrier. I like this. Look at the height on this. This is nice. These are the kind of crawl spaces I can dig. Pretty much a hands and knees. Just cruise around. Get some decent footage down here. Look at that. I like this. So it was just basically jump into the crawl space kind of deal. It's an older style home, that's for sure. I don't know. I'd have to say probably this house was built in the mid-70s. God, this, so far, look at all these piers. I'm digging it. I go to some houses that are recently built that probably aren't even as strong as this one. 2x6 drop sill. I probably would have beefed this up a little bit, maybe thrown one more, or definitely 2x8. We had the height for it. We used the joist of 2x8. Maybe shorten the block out a little bit on the piers. Removed one block and made it a 2x8. But, every engineer, every contractor has their way of doing things. I don't think it's causing any harm, but I like my sandwiches a little beefy. That's for sure. It's like the houses. This is you got some mice. Some mice poop and some pee. It's just common around here. You just gotta, that could be some old stuff, but you can tell they removed all the insulation. Definitely have some fungus growth. Yeah. I'm just trying to have some fun, guys. Fungi. Some fun guys. Thank you guys so much, Brain, for tuning in, man. I appreciate you guys. We're definitely climbing on this channel. Got a little notch job there on that drop sill. You guys sure do like to leave some comments, and I like to hear that. Your take on a lot of these houses. I like to hear what you have to say. Here's our foundation, but our piers, it's a single layer brick. Definitely not designed to hold back any kind of water. This is just basically some kind of exterior thing they do. You can see how the water does find its way into the crawl space a little bit. So far, not too bad. It has been raining. Cold rain. Yeah, a little bit of moisture. But for the most part, you could tell this vapor barrier was probably laid down maybe a few years ago. Man, these were the braces they used to put back in the day. I love it, man. This was all hand nailed everything. Now they probably loosened all that to get rid of some of the insulation, but look at that, all this was hand nailed. God, when I framed houses back in the day, I remember when the compressors used to go out for some reason, and while we were waiting for another one, we couldn't just stop working. Fill up our tool pouches with nails and start hand driving everything, and it really gives you an idea of how things were done back in the day, all by hand. Some hard work. Still not a fan of just putting a 2x2 little ledger board and just dropping these joists on top of them. I know they didn't have hangers back then, but still I'd much rather them at least notch the look at the shims they put down there underneath the joist. Yeah, the problem with that is, especially if you ever have some moisture problems, those shims are gonna rot. Those shims are just they're non-pressure treated, but give it the age of the house. That's this is a strong house. So far, so good. Haven't seen anything crazy. There's the bottom of the tub. God. They probably had some work done there. At least somebody's not taking a shower or a bath with that. You hear them singing or something. I've crawled houses where people will be showering. I can hear the water. It sounds like it's raining in the crawl space. Got some, the HVAC system is down here. I'm not a fan of it, that's for sure. We're going to take a look at it and see what shape that's in. And this is right here, not my favorite either. I don't like how they don't break these joints on one of the piers. Those are some nails, probably from a wall that's upstairs. They're all rusted out pretty good. Don't know. They don't look like hardwood floor nails, or else we'd see them all over the place. Look at that, nice new system. This is a nice house, man. Well, there's a shim that's loose. We'll just kind of tuck that in there. Yeah, that's a nice unit. Looks like it's not covered in fungus and mildew and mold and all that jazz that we technically find when I'm doing these videos, and we all get to comment on it. That's just disgusting. But yeah, the guy rubbed me the wrong way, man. I didn't like that. I don't like it when people put. As a matter of fact, I'd much rather nobody. It's usually they're not even supposed to talk to me. I'm supposed to just come out here, do my job, and go about my day. But when they're trying to go out of their way to try to contact me to see if I can find some things, that ain't cool. So something's been nibbling on this foam. Yep. I bet you it was a mouse. Causing some freaking problems. I can guarantee it was a mouse. Came in probably right through that little hole right there. Well, that's a big hole for a mouse. Kind of shimmied his way through there and just started gnawing on this. Troublemaker. Mice, chipmunks, and all these things, man, they do cause a lot of problems, man. They get into these crawl spaces, man, and they breed like crazy. But I like the fact that they don't have insulation, um, which doesn't make it any messy. This was, look, he had an ant colony move in here. Let's see if it's active. Look at that, man. Making all these little channels underneath the plastic. That's pretty cool. Very, very interesting. They like that moisture. You see how wet that vapor barrier is. Wow. It's definitely not active. I did see some glue boards that a professional would use from some outfit. So I'm pretty sure they might have a pest control program that takes care of the house. But I'm digging this, man. Well, there's a crawl door. That stinks. I could have just came into that crawl door. Didn't have to ask to get the keys to the house and get into that door and go through all that. Waste any time. So here's the HVAC on the other side. Once again, they just throw a bunch of bricks there. Well, that's looks like boric acid. Some more ants. Wow. I'll tell you what, when these ants just moved in, I guarantee you these ants were finding their way up into the house. They're trying to figure out how these ants were where they were at, and technician possibly came down there and said, "Hey, found the spot." Yeah, it's just so important to come down here and keep an eye on everything. But you can see you can see at this crawl spaces. This is nice. You guys know of all the houses that I've videoed, you've seen some pretty rough ones. You know, this one definitely is. I'm happy. I have nothing bad to say about this one as of yet. A little bit of moisture coming in from that corner. I don't think I'm going to give them too much of a hard time. We did have some good, steady, hard rain. That's not affecting anything really. Might mention it just a little bit. Not going to make any recommendations. Pest control, you know, that's not my department, but nothing to report there either. Just the bottom of the bathrooms looks nice and dry. I don't see any problems there. And that's usually another important area where you got to check, man. Bottom of the toilets, bottom of this. A little mineral deposit around the pipes here. No leaks. I can dig it, man. I like this. So far, so good. That's actually the back porch. Got a little lean to that drop sill, but that might be just holding up some concrete or something up there temporarily while they were settling it, maybe. The only thing I do not like about crawl spaces, man, is they don't come with the truck and kind of level things out a little bit. Kind of at least level it, then put your footers, build your piers. This is all mountainous. Look at that. These are all mounds of dirt. Yeah, I'd definitely want some. At least flatten it out. Make it easy for the masons. Look at this copper pipe. You plumbers out there, man, leave me a comment. You let me know what's up with this. That looks pretty cool, though. Looks like they had a plumbing problem here at one time. I think those are the shark bites. I've used that one time at my house, one of my old houses. They work. I didn't stick around to see if they get damaged, but I noticed a lot of people use them. I think they're called shark bites. They grab on. They definitely grab on really good. But no leaks here. I want people to sell their houses. I want these, especially these days, man, where nobody wants to be selling or buying a house right now. That's crazy. Interest rates being the way they are. Hopefully that changes here pretty soon. But you plumbers out there, let me know in the comments if you like this connection right here. I know most people want to use at least some nice wash, a hard wire to hold up that piping. That's not going anywhere. I know a lot of plumbers would much rather just replumb the whole thing, but as a little patch job there, you let me know if that was good. Little mineral deposit there on the ground. Doesn't look like it's really hurting anything. We are in January. Oh man, I can't stand. I find these are these are those ties that they use for the HVAC for the ductwork. Every time I see one laying down on the ground, I always think it's a black snake. We do have a lot of black snakes here. Sometimes you'll see them hanging, just one side hanging, and you're like, oh man, look at that thing. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping it is a black snake because they are pretty cool. Here's the other nail pattern coming this way. So it's probably a long wall upstairs. Still a bunch of shims. They shimmed the crap out of this. Carpenters probably had a hard time leveling everything up because of this the terrain down here. Look at that. Everything just really. I mean, I'm not saying completely flatten. I mean, you can. You got a truck out here. Might as well just flatten it out. Make it easy on everybody. The masons, the carpenters. Because it all works, one right after the other. Look at the hill right here. Mason's got to make things flat. Clean the camera here a little bit. It's foggy. Gets all fogged up. Spider webs. Mason's got to keep everything nice and level. Carpenter's got to keep everything nice and level for the flooring guys. Framers got to keep everything nice and straight and level. And for the drywallers, it's all one giant group effort. I do see this pipe here. I'm going to have to take a look at this here for a second. It's got a strap on it. These straps are pretty cool. They do last a while. I think they're galvanized. But I do see something down here on the other side. See one of the straps here came loose. That's definitely going to have to just get strapped again. Look at this. That's not good. And there at the end, you can see it's bouncing up and down on that copper pipe. See the weight it's putting on there? That's not good. So maybe just a couple straps there. Other than that, I like this. You guys let me know in the comments. Look at all these wires. You guys let me know in the comments, man. Let me know what you think about this house. Let me know what you think about what that guy was telling me. That's not cool, man. I'm not a fan of that. Poor old people been living here for over 50 years. Want to sell the house. You got some clown coming in trying to tell me, hey, man, try to find something, man. See if there's something down there so I can devalue their home. Not cool, man. I do a lot of clowns like that. Like there's those straps I was talking to you about. I see them half only hanging on one side. Look like snake. Hilarious. You gotta love this job. But man, I love this job, especially when I have a nice crawl space like this. I can do this all day long. It's the ones that you guys see me going in, that you leave me a comment. Hope you're wearing a respirator and all kinds of hazmat gear. Yeah, well, that's not always the case, man. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. God bless you, folks. I'll catch you on the next one. I'll see you.